The film begins in Iceland, where a herd of horses walking in incredibly snowy weather is spooked by an unknown, loudly breathing entity that makes its way to a barn. Inside the barn, we see several sheep. As the door to the barn opens, the sheep stare horrified at the unknown entity and attempt to run away, but all exits are barred. One sheep from among them crawls out and falls on the floor. As the entity leaves, the other stares outside in the dark night. Farmer Maria and her husband Ingvar are eating dinner inside their home, unaware of this. In the morning, Ingvar goes to the barn with his dog to clean it and replace the sheep's feed while Maria drives the tractor. Ingvar returns home to prepare lunch. Afterward, Ingvar and Maria go to help their pregnant sheep give birth. Later, while eating lunch, Ingvar mentions how scientists believe that time travel is theoretically possible now, and Maria wonders if someone is making it a practical reality. But Ingvar is in no hurry to see it, as he's content to live in the present. Maria returns to the barn to finish her duties in the lower barn, and returns to tell Ingvar to clean the upper barn. In the evening, she goes to sleep. Ingvar returns to the barn to clean things and takes some time for himself to start writing. The following morning, Maria wakes up early, eats her breakfast, and returns to the barn to tag their newborn lambs. Afterward, they discuss how their sheep are doing better than last year, and only their tractor needs some repairs. Another one of their sheep is pregnant, and they go to help her give birth, but the child is surprisingly difficult to pull out. However, when they pull it out, they are shocked to see her give birth to a human-sheep hybrid with a mostly human body and a lamb's head and right arm. Not knowing what to do, Ingvar hands the lamb to Maria. Maria carries the child back home as a human baby, cleans it, and feeds it milk through a feeder. They even keep the child in their bedroom, taking the hybrid infant in as their own. The following day, Ingvar even prepares a bed for the child. Ingvar notices how Maria is becoming obsessed with the child to the point where he has to drive the truck. During the ride, he becomes emotional and starts crying but regains his composure. Ingvar repairs the tractor the following day when he notices his dog acting suspiciously. He looks outside to find a knotted rope cut from an animal. Maria continues to notice that the ewe that is the hybrid child's biological mother misses her child and becomes a nuisance, attempting to contact her constantly and loitering outside the couple's home. Ingvar and Maria send her away. That evening, the family gets together to watch television, and Maria closes the window out of anxiety. The following morning, Maria goes to drive the tractor, and though Ingvar says he will work on the farm after their child has slept, Maria is anxious and tells him to stay with her until Maria returns. However, Ingvar has to go out for some work, and the ewe returns. When the two return home, however, the child, whom they've named Ada after Maria's deceased daughter, is missing. They look for Ada throughout the house, but she's nowhere to be found. Ingvar goes to check by the river while searching on their farm. As the two look for Ada, fog starts engulfing them. They end up finding each other, but not Ada. Suddenly, Maria finds a stray sheep in the fog and runs for her. It is the ewe, and Ada is found next to her. They hurriedly cover Ada in Ingvar's jacket and take her home, but the ewe follows them and calls for Ada. Infuriated, Maria tells her to go away. They put Ada in her bed. Some time passes, and Ada can now walk and dress in human clothes. Maria puts a crown of leaves on her head. Ingvar is taking the sheep outside to walk. Meanwhile, a group of people drive all the way near the farm and throw Ingvar's roving brother, Petur, out of their car's boot before driving away. He proceeds to walk towards the farm. Meanwhile, Maria has a nightmare about the ewe when she tries to sleep. When she wakes up, it's raining and the ewe is outside their house again. Infuriated, Maria goes to collect her gun, shoots the ewe, and buries her body in a shallow, unmarked grave. As she's walking back home to wash herself, unbeknownst to her, Ingvar's brother Petur, who arrives at the farmhouse shortly before the killing, witnesses the incident. She washes the blood off her face and proceeds with her duties. Petur is sleeping in the barn when he hears the noise of the tractor. He goes outside to meet Ingvar, and Ingvar takes him inside to eat breakfast with the family. Peter greets Maria and is surprised to see her preparing the table for 4 people, wondering if she's expecting guests. However, he's shocked to see Ada and doesn't say anything. While Ingvar is painting outside, Peter goes inside to see Maria playing with Ada in the bathtub. He questions Ingvar about it, but Ingvar says that Ada has brought happiness to their house. Peter is disturbed by Ada and maintains the belief that it's an animal, not a child. But Ingvar tells him he can live with them as long as he wants, and doesn't interfere with how he and Maria live their lives. Maria is clearly not welcoming to Petur, and questions Ingvar about how long he will stay with them this time, but Ingvar doesn't know. That morning, the 3 go out to plant seeds on their farm. When Ingvar goes ahead to check on Ada, Petur makes sexual advances towards Maria, much to her disgust, who tries to push him away. Irritated, Peter refers to Ada as an animal. While they're cleaning the shed, Ingvar asks for Peter's help, but Peter doesn't do much besides enjoying himself. When he notices Ada walking around, he tries to taunt her by making her eat grass like an animal. This infuriates Ingvar, who furiously takes her away. Increasingly angered and disturbed by Maria and Ingvar's attachment to Ada, Petter takes her on an early morning walk while everyone is asleep, with the intention of shooting her. He takes her some distance from the farm and points his gun at her. Meanwhile, Maria wakes up and, finding Ada missing, goes out to look for her, only to find Peter soundly sleeping with Ada on the couch. Maria goes to pay respect to the grave of her first daughter with Ada. In the evening, Ingvar puts Ada to sleep by telling her a story. He becomes emotional and recalls how he was looking for her when she went missing. Ingvar and Maria are surprised to see Peter acting more like an uncle to Ada, who takes her with him on the tractor, and even on a fishing trip, giving Ingvar and Maria enough freedom to be intimate with each other. While Peter and Ada return, the tractor stops working, forcing the two to walk back. The family gets drunk and starts watching television, and Maria plays an old music video that Peter recorded when he was young. They start dancing, and Ada, overwhelmed, goes outside and witnesses the unknown entity from before near the barn. The entity then proceeds to kill the family's dog and steals their gun. Ada goes to hide in the barn. When Ingvar becomes tired from the party, Peter puts him to bed, and Ada joins him. Taking advantage of the opportunity, Peter makes advances towards Maria once again. When she rejects, Peter reveals that he witnessed Maria killing Ada's sheep mother, trying to blackmail Maria into having sex with him by threatening to reveal this to Ada. Maria pretends to be seduced by Peter, takes him to an alley to kiss him, and locks him in a storage room. She then proceeds to play the piano to drown out his noise. Sensing something from outside, she goes outside to investigate, returns home, and locks the door. The next morning, Maria kisses her family, unlocks the storage room, and simply tells Peter that they're leaving, and she's waiting for him in the car. She drinks a cup of coffee and starts driving with Peter, who appears sleepy. After waking up to find Maria and Peter missing, Ingvar and Ada have breakfast together. Maria drives Peter to the bus stop, sending him away, insisting she is committed to a new start with her family. She even gives him some money and a hug. Meanwhile, Ingvar tries to call their family dog out, but to no avail, and takes Ada to fix the broken tractor left halfway to the lake. On the way to the tractor, Ingvar teaches Ada how to return home by noticing the mountains and the river. He tries to fix the tractor to no avail and takes Ada to return home. Meanwhile, Maria returns home and, finding Ingvar and Ada missing, goes out to look for them, only to hear a gunshot. She rushes towards the noise. The entity, revealed to be a ram-man hybrid and Ada's biological father, emerges and shoots Ingvar in the neck. As Ada is crying over Ingvar's chest, the entity appears to take her away. Though she refuses to go, he forces a tearful Ada with him and walks away into the wilderness, with Ingvar powerless to stop him. Maria discovers Ingvar before he dies, and despairs at the loss of her husband and new child. Maria searches the wilderness in vain before closing her tear-filled eyes, and the movie ends.